What up, what up, what up? It's time. We are back for the end of day report with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the famous PulseWave Price Trigger Reports, the most deadly, accurate trading system on the planet, bar none. No discussion necessary. Already got the 10-year track record on YouTube to prove it. No big deal. What up? What it look alike? First and foremost, we had a nice little rally today on the stock indexes. Stock index futures did their thing. They showed off. And if you are a resident of the price trigger reports, give yourself a round of applause if you caught that breakout. Somebody say it's too deadly. All right, not only did we catch the entire daily bar, but we also caught Friday's bar. Monday's bar was an extension of Friday's bar, so we basically caught 2 full days bars. Round of applause, round of applause, round of applause, if you don't mind. Too deadly. All right, so still holding that long Russell. I'm looking, I'm making decisions. I might go ahead and book a little something in the way of profit. We'll see what happens. I kind of like to do it. You know, I don't really stay in a trade more than 3 to 5 days. The average trade is about 2 to 3 days these days because of the volatility and things turn on a dime. Now, tomorrow's turnaround Tuesday, so we could see a pullback correction a little bit. But not really. I don't really expect, like I told you, I don't expect too much to happen on a Fed week and such a big week like this, where you have monster earnings reports coming in and you have global economic data coming in. I just don't see too much happening, man. I think the trading range has been established. Today was it. I think if anything, we'll just oscillate. We could see a little bit of a continuation pattern spilling over until tomorrow. That's possible, a day 2 rally. If that happens, then chances are we're just going to rally into the Fed decision. So we'll rally until 2:15 Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. And then once the news comes out, as far as what's expected, the markets will just go ahead and start selling off. You know, that's all. And so we'll see. This week is going to be a real test of the market. Does it shake off any bad economic data and keep on stepping? Or does it stop and hit the brakes? That is the big billion-dollar question. And we need answers. That's what we want. People want answers. They want to know what's going on. What can we expect? Yada, yada, yada. All right, I got a request coming in from the trading room. So let me go ahead and hit that. I know I got it in here somewhere. Here it is. All right. We're going to get this request out the way first. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this booted up. All right. My charts look like they are ready to roll. So let's get it. All right. Let's pull it on up. We got a lot of charts to go over. So let's just knock them out. All right. So the first one here is the Mexican peso. This is by request from the trading room. Here's the Mexican peso on the forex side of things. All right, not one that we normally talk about, but nonetheless, it seems to be a pretty good mover, and it's been pretty resilient. It's been pretty resilient. Look at this peso. Let me find out. Mexico is on and popping right now. Much respect. You got bullish momentum. You're in a bull market, and you got the beginning stages of another wave or leg up. All right. This was stage 1, and then stage 2, and now stage 3. So the peso was getting it. Nice breakout. Nice little correction, broke back out. Nice little correction, broke back out. Now it's looking like it may correct again. Now, keeping it 100, primary rally alerts and primary crash alerts have been getting it. They have netted decent momentum on both sides. So this one, all things being equal, I have to say, get your sale tickets ready because your Mexican peso is looking like it may want to correct. Now, truth be told, there are times there's like a 1 to maybe 2% chance that if you get back-to-back mixed signals, you form that trading range that we've talked about, and then the markets consolidate within it. But that's not what's really happening here, because you had your primary rally alert, secondary rally alert, breakout, and reverse, right? Then you had your secondary crash alert that was taken out by this, followed up by primary rally alert. Excuse me. So it voided that one. Market takes off. Here's a secondary rally alert, but it's being voided by the primary crash alert. So are we going to range bound, or are we going to keep it moving? The last couple times we kept it moving. No range boundness happening, and this is happening above the Kumo cloud. So, like I said, this is interesting. Now, overall, if you took a macro outlook of this daily chart, you can make the argument that we're kind of just consolidating here, not really trending because we're not hitting higher highs. All right, so this one is trendless at the moment. The overall trend, though, is a bullish one. All right, we can't forget that. We are in a bullish trend, but we have ceased in our breaking out structure. So in this one, I'm going to say follow the report, follow the system, but just be ready for your sell-off tonight into tomorrow on your peso. All right. Okay. So that's that. I don't know what it is with you and that meat, man. You know who I'm talking about. You always ask me about that meat, man. You know I love you. All right, Darian, I'm gonna hook you up. Beyond Meat, I think it's in my key watch list. Let me see. BY. Nope. Okay, it's in the other one. Give me a second. I'll pull it up for you, player. No problem. I don't follow that one as far as on the fundamental side, so I don't even know what's really going on in that, excuse me, in that company. I have no idea, player, but we're gonna hook you up. Let's see. I think the word on the street is, though, that it's nasty. Is that true? Have you ever tasted it, or you just like to trade it? Because word on the street is it's nasty. You know I got you, man. It's all love here. All right, so this is an interesting one. Okay, so it's trying to decide what it wants to do. All right, you got your bull market, you got that, but it's the beginning stages. So do we correct and test the trend line support, getting us back in the Kumo cloud, which is a dangerous game? Or does it want to continue to rally a little bit further first? Because here's the thing. All right, this is a baby bull, the very beginning stages of a bull, like stage 1 bull. All right, this is like day 1. Okay, yeah, you got the elongated weekly bullish trend momentum behind you. All right, so you got that. You're above the Kumo cloud, but your trend line is not. It's gonna need to come out. You've had nice movement here off of these primary rally alerts. Very nice production. Very nice production. Okay, so your last crash alert, there was no production. But the one prior to that one, you had some production. And the one prior to that one was production, and prior to that one was production. This secondary crash alert gave you some production. This crash alert. So your crash alerts have been very productive, save the very last one, because that's when you got your momentum shift and your algo shift, and things just took off. So, all things being equal, because you've only had one misfire here on your crash alerts, provided those were in bear market scenarios and here where you were trendless. All right, here's what I'm thinking. Just by looking at this, obviously you're gonna follow the system. Regardless, you follow the system. Don't matter what I say, don't say. Follow the report to a T. But just looking at this, I think this is the beginning stages. So I think that, excuse me, at the end of the day, prices are going to be attracted to the bullish pointer right here that was created on January the 22nd of 2020. That means that puts us north of a buck 35. So yeah, I think 135 is in play, and you could even get up a lot higher than that. But for right now, you have to pay attention to tomorrow's crash alert. All right, that's significant. You got to pay attention to it. I wouldn't be surprised, because of the momentum we have built in, this weekly trend momentum and our daily momentum right here. You could take off tomorrow. You could even gap up a little bit. So here's what I think is going to help Beyond Meat. I think if the stock market, the stock index futures take off again tonight, and we have a continuation pattern from today's rally, that could probably maybe help Beyond Meat. But just keep in mind, Beyond Meat is not a futures contract. It's not a forex. It's not a crypto. It's an equity. And what are equities really concerned with? They're all things that all equities have to deal with: interest rates and earnings, yada, yada. The reason why I think this thing came off today, even though the stock market rallied and this one fell apart, is because we are having issues right now when it's coming to distribution and things of that nature. Now, because it's not a meat product producer, you would think that just psychologically thinking, oh, Beyond Meat is going to be in trouble now if all these plants closing up, so they're not going to be able to get no meat. That's why the stock's coming off. But the name of their company is Beyond Meat. They don't. It's meatless product. So I don't know if it's soy. I don't know what it is, but the prices of your commodities have been going down. So there has to be it has to be something going on with them and being able to make their product accessible or whatever. But something's happening. This is not just a technical thing. I think something's happening. I know you're looking at the chart and say, no, it just pulled back and filled the gap that was done right here. All right, I could give you that, but we closed here too. We closed there. We didn't just fill the gap on a spike. It closed that joint. So I don't know. Just whatever the system says, whatever the intraday price inflection point is for tomorrow, watch for that. That'll give you your key as to what direction the market wants to go and what side of the market you need to play. So long response, but all I can say is watch it. Watch your intraday price inflection point on Beyond Meat. All right. So this is for Beyond Meat. You said it's pea protein. Okay, well, like I said, grains right now, I gave you the pre-market pulse scan today. They were down in the pre-market. And if you look at the end of day, yeah, they took it on the chin. We're up right now in the nighttime. We're already trading Tuesday in the future. So right now they're up. Like beans is up 2 3/4 points, corn up 0.5 point. Wheat up 5.5. You know what I'm saying? But we're still low. Wheat's at 530. And it was up there in the 550s. Corn is at 313. It hit 312 so far in the overnight. Beans at 840. So beans have pulled back a lot. And this right now, just so you know, we're in the July contract. That's the front month right now for soy, wheat, and corn. So, when you're dealing with grains, you got to think about those crops, the crop situation. You got to factor in, weather. You got to look at the USD grain reports. It's a lot that you have to look at when you're trading grains. You're not just looking at a chart when it comes to the grain market. And because this company, is a commodity heavy company, they're going to, rise and fall based on what's happening with these crops. So I can tell you on that. I don't know what else goes into it, but for this one, you're gonna have to pay attention to a little bit of fundamentals too. You don't have that choice, because it's kind of like, your miners, your gold and silver mining stocks. They're stocks, but they also are in the business of commodities, so they're going to be affected by that. Since there's no P market, I can only tell you about what I see going on with crops and stuff in general. So you probably, if you got a lot of money in this, if this is an investment, or if you're just trading it or whatever, without knowing your exact situation, you probably got to take a look at the USD crop reports or do a little fundamental analysis on the company, see what's going on, and look at their demand, look at their earnings, because we're in earnings season. What are their earnings saying? You got to look at it. When you're talking about a stock like this one, because this is not something that I would just generally be looking to swing trade or day trade. This is a little bit more involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't be trying to day trade silver wheaten. You know what I'm saying? So this is different. This is different. Just saying. All right, moving on. We got mad charts to go over. All right, let's look at the bonds, ticker TLT. All right, what did I tell you? 3 to 5 days. The rally and crash alerts can and often do lead the market 3 to 5 days out. They are a predictive tool. They are forward looking. They're not lagging. They are forward looking. Therefore, on this bond chart, remember I told you when I saw this right here, I said, okay, so we don't really have nothing going right now. I said, but we're within that 3 to 5 day window. Just give it another day or so. Bam, here we go today. The crash alert is playing out as of today, and something happened. Something special happened. Now we have the beginning stages of a new leg down and a new bearish weekly trend momentum reading. And your daily momentum just dropped as well. This one looks like it wants to come down here and test the 160 handle, looking at the TLT. So we'll see what happens, but this is not looking good. You close out, excuse me, at the low of the day, the low of the session. And right now, you got a wide range right now in the bid-ask spread, in the extended hours. I don't know how it's going to be shaping up, but I can tell you the long bond is down 11.30 seconds as we speak. So I'll be looking for a continuation tomorrow on the TLT to the downside, which means that your TBT may be in play. We'll see. All right, looking here at the Swan. Swan still did not fill, man. The intraday price inflection point didn't do it. It didn't do it. And look, we're getting long in the tooth. We got tomorrow is it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Tomorrow is day 5 for the crash alert and the Swan. What we gonna do, Swan? We got the beginning stages of a bearish weekly trend momentum reading. The bull is starting to look a little bit better because your trend line is above your Kumo cloud, and we've been arcing up, slowly going up, up. But then we broke that pattern with this crash alert, but we are not really getting any production yet. So tomorrow is the last day, and then this crash alert pretty much becomes invalid. It is a super rare thing to go out to that fifth day and don't get any production out of the rallies and crash alerts. That's a rare thing. That's a super rare thing. So this is something that we're going to look for, because normally you'll get either another alert to invalidate this alert, or you get that production. Now, to be quite honest, the last crash alert, you really didn't get any production out of that. But the one prior to that, you did get production. And the one prior to that netted production. And the one prior to that did. So you've been getting your productions out of these, but every third or fourth, it seems like you're not getting it. And we still got this range we're trading in. Remember, I explained this. So Swan is one of those ETFs that you're going to hold and buy if you're bullish on the equity market, because when the equity market is falling apart, this one won't fall apart as much. Even during this whole flash crash cycle you got, it only fell like, $4, from this space. Could you figure before the drop, you closed up in here, that $29 range, and then you went to 26. So you had a $3-4 handle. That's about it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. All right. Yeah, I hear you, Joshua. The algos, it could be an algo shift coming up. You're right. It could be. But see, the model takes that into account and into consideration. We have our probabilities, and then we have our anomalies that go or that fall within normal parameters. That's how we would explain that. So, case in point, there's a certain percentage of times when, A, B, and C will happen. So if this does go, if tomorrow we don't get any production on this one, that's not outside of the norm. That's not outside of the system. All right. So that is something that can happen. So I wouldn't be thrown back by it. I would just say, okay, so the market's rather consolidating within it, trying to make its mind up. It's not rallying, and it's not crashing. It's literally going nowhere. We are technically the same price that we were 4 days ago. Now, how rare is that? You haven't seen too many of these examples on the charts, and we look at mad charts every day. We look at mad charts, and you have not seen this pattern where the market literally is the same price 4 days in a row. No movement. And it's not a holiday. This was no holiday. This was no big numbers pending or none of that stuff. This is a bond market we're talking about. So this is interesting to see this type of a situation. You would have to go back pretty far to even try to find something similar to that, and I can't, because even in this, if you just to take this sample data right here, it's not the same price. We're the same price 4 days in a row, and even possibly a fifth. You can't find that here. There's nothing within the data that shows you that where it's 4 days in a row the same price. It's rare. Okay, right here you could make that argument almost did it, but no, but it's still not. All right, so 2 days in a row about right here, but no, did it change? So really, you only get 2 days. It's not 4 days, and this one was arcing higher and going higher, so it's still not there. We're going all the way back, and I still can't find it. You don't see that. There's nowhere in the sample data where we are the same price every day. There's usually some up and down movement. Like here, you got your up and down movement. You can't find it. You can't find that exact pattern. It's not there. Take you back up. with this same price like this. Look at this. This is no joke. So this is very telling. Very telling. We'll see what happens in the bond market in the next couple days. Now it could be too because this pattern is falling on a Fed week. Now typically on Fed weeks, you know, you get those 50-50 phenomenon. Either you move into the meeting or you don't do anything leading up to the meeting. I've seen a number of occasions where the markets literally do nothing heading up to the meeting. Very tight trading ranges, nothing happening until that meeting, until that announcement. So that could be the case here. All right, S&P 500 by way of ticker SPY. Exactly what I talked about last week when I said we're right here at this strong resistance. This the bottom of the Kumo cloud acting as a really tough resistance. And that's exactly what happened. The SPY respected that today. Did not even break anywhere near it or through it. It just totally respected the overhead resistance. So the S&P is really having problems breaking through resistance right here. So this is something that we're going to be watching leading going up into the meeting. Will we get a pop and then a drop? Or are we going to just trend our way through this? Very difficult one right here situation. You got a ticking time bomb here. You've been flat momentum wise, not really going anywhere. And here we are. So this is an interesting one. I don't know. This is interesting. We had movement, but then you just came right back into alignment. You're literally the same place you were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trading days ago. Same price as where you led up to. So very interesting patterns starting to form in these markets. All right, so here is your silver, your SLV. Really having problems with the Kumo cloud, the top of the cloud acting as a powerful resistance and acting as somewhat of a vortex right now, not even letting the market get up to the overhead trend line resistance, instead getting caught right on the line 3 days in a row. Same price. What's up with this? What's up with the 3 and 4 day same price pattern movements? We just saw this in bonds. Now we're seeing it in the SLV, seeing this in silver. What's going on? There's some type of phenomenon occurring, and the algos are alerting us to some type of a shift. Remember, I told you last week, I said, I believe, and I could feel it in my gut, that we are on the precipice of some enormous moves coming in the market. I don't know what direction they're going to be, if it's up or down, but there's going to be something. I don't know what the catalyst is, but there is a enormous move coming imminent in these markets. Look at the price action. The price action is even suggesting it. Like it's scared to do anything because it knows something is coming. And we got the beginning stages of a bearish weekly trend momentum. I don't know, folks. See why you need those post-wave price trigger reports? I'm telling you, they tell you what to do and how to do it so that regardless of what happens, you're on the right side of the market. You got to love it. All right, QQQ, looking at your NASDAQ 100. Okay, so we're consolidated here too. We got a little bit of volatility, but again, we're the same price we were 6 days ago. All this moving and shaking, and you've gone nowhere. The price is the same price it was 6 days ago. You're in a bull market, but it's a baby bull. Literally the beginning stages of a bull market. Literally, like today is technically day one. You got a secondary rally alert for tomorrow. So there is a high alert that this baby wants to rally and break out some more into tomorrow's trading session. So if you're long that QQQ, This is definitely something to look at. All right. I see you. I see you, Snow Billy. Hold on. Let me go ahead. We need to take a break and pull that up real quick. So hold on. Because that's a big deal, what you just said there, my man. That's a really big deal. All right. I think I already have that in the pile here. Let me see. Yeah, we need to talk about that real quick. Yep, here it goes right here. All right, he just pointed out that hack was up a full point today. And yes, it was. Okay, so this hack chart is looking a little bit like that NASDAQ chart we just took a look at. And it is back above 40. Remember what I told you? $40 is the new line in the sand for this equity, this Illuminati index, as I like to call it. All right. You can make an argument that this thing is up because we have had recent reports in the last few days about more cybersecurity issues. All right. The latest one that I heard was Nintendo getting hacked. People's accounts, Nintendo accounts was getting hacked. So here you go with your hack popping up on that. You can use that as a catalyst if you want. I'm going to tell you that it was in the works because we had this primary crash alert. It gave us no production. Instead, the following day, we got a primary rally alert that canceled out the crash alert, and we get this production. So now we got a secondary rally alert for tomorrow. This is day one of the beginning stages of a new bull market coming in hack. Hack is trying to warn us and tell us something. And I think we would do well to listen. All right. Hack is back and it's telling us something. All right. Moving along. Here's your OIH. All right. Moving backwards. It looked like we were going to get a little bit of something here. And every time we get it, nothing happens. It's just like it's just drifting along, but nothing's happening. So I don't know. Your momentum is still relatively flat. Got a ticking time bomb. You're below the Kumo cloud. You're below the trend line resistance. This is a perfect example for those who've been watching me over the years. You've heard me say at some point in time, all truths become parallel. All indicators reach a point in time and space. At some point, everything is the same price. Here's a really good example of that. The trend line resistance and the Kumo cloud support being the same price. Here they are combining, colliding, joining together as one number, one price. At some point, at certain points, every technical indicator that you can look up, read about, or create yourself will combine and equal one dot. It's one of those things that it just is what it is. At some point, everything comes into alignment, folks. Even though that thing may only last a second, a minute, an hour, a day, a week, or a month, at some point, things come into alignment. Just something for you to think about, and I want to point that out here. So oil is still not ready. Oil is not ready. Now, I'm still long that XLE, though. That is doing a little something because even though the price of oil may not be increasing at the moment, but there's something going on with those that manufacture and pull it out of the ground. All right, so something was happening there. And that's why I like the space. And I went ahead and rode that rally that we got today in the XLE. There's always a rhyme to the reason, folks. All right, looking at Litecoin. Litecoin, too, almost gave you 3 days in a row of the same price. You just got two, and then here we go right here. So this one is interesting as well. Notice the width of this Kumo cloud. This is an enormous storm cell. All right, enormous cloud. All right, a huge nimbus cloud. All right, and I don't know. I think as long as you're in this incredibly large cloud, who knows? Who knows exactly where it's going? This cloud is $20 long. Wow. I'm sorry, almost $25 wide. A $25 wide Kumo cloud. Wow. This thing ain't going nowhere right now. Litecoin is just chilling. It's saying, I'm tired. My feet hurt. I'm setting down. And that's what it's doing. It's setting down. Yes, you got a bullish weekly trend momentum, but you've been having these going back now for a minute, going back weeks, and you've gotten zero production out of them. This market is exhausted. It just doesn't want to do anything, and it's scared right now. All right. Litecoin at the present is scared money. It's not moving, not budging. All right, taking a look at the junk bond ETF. It's all over the place. It's thin right now, thin volume, not even worth talking about right now. We'll get that out of here. JDST, same thing. We'll get that out of here. All right, here's one, the real estate, IYR, very important. People been talking about real estate. I heard that people are in such bad shape on their mortgages and paying their rent on their apartments that some people are starting to go into corporate contracts with corporations and sell shares of their home to a corporation so they can get some type of funding, get some money, get some cash flow. So now you don't own your house 100% no more. Now a corporation owns a piece of your home. Absolutely amazing. The ingenuity of man and what people will come up with to save their neck. But it is what it is. Trying to do something, but doing absolutely nothing. We're below the trend line resistance. We're below the Kumo cloud. And we're in a bear market. And we don't have no momentum. IYR, no go. Here's your HDGE. Falling like a rock, coming off of this primary crash alert. We're falling below the Kumo cloud. We've fallen below the trend line support. And we got the beginning stages of another leg down. This one looks absolutely awful. And it's suggesting that the stock market rally is not over yet. So this is a very interesting one. Moving right along. Looking at gold by way of GLD, it's just hovering up here, not giving you a lot to look forward to if you bearish the market. You got this bullish pointer right here. Market came up to it, then retreated, but it doesn't mean it's over with yet. So we'll have to see. But this primary crash alert is quite telling. And we did create somewhat of a bearish pointer today. And we got this gap right here that we're dealing with. It's looking like GLD could pull back a little bit lower because of it. So we'll have to wait and see how the market wants to move. But we got a gap down here that we need to deal with and a gap right here we need to deal with. So I'm thinking that this primary crash alert is going to be very productive, at least down to the trend line support around the 155, 154 level for your GLD. Taking a look at the GDXJ, looking at our miners. Okay, I was thinking about getting ready to get involved. I wanted to get involved, but then I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't because, look, we had this bullish pointer here, but the market's not doing nothing. And we got a bullish weekly trend momentum. and we are getting no production. So the momentum is there for this thing to really break out, but it's not doing it. So here's my thinking. I'm thinking that it is getting ready to do something. I think it's ready. It's ready to run. It wants to rumble. It wants to run, and it's just looking for an excuse to do so. So I think I probably do want to get involved, and I might just go ahead and have an order working, have a ticket working, just in case, because this is one of those where I don't want to miss. Again, I missed this. All right, I don't want to miss that again. Now, I'm not in a hurry because I know we're going to come back and fill this gap right here. So once that's done, then we can talk. But I do think that this one's about to take off. Gold miners look like they're ready to go, folks. All right. JC, I see you. I see you in the live chat. Haven't got to that one yet, but we're on our way. All right. So that's your gold miners. Gold miners looking good as far as that is concerned. All right. So everybody wants to know what's up with the Bitcoin. Here we go. All right. So Bitcoin has successfully hit the 7,500 overhead resistance. That was our resistance range, 7,000 to 7,500. Market has done it. It has been chilling. It gave us what we were looking for that that Friday close. Market is doing its thing right now. The Bitcoin Composite Futures Index is bullish, and the momentum is really starting to pick up, which is another good sign. I'm liking what we're seeing here. We're above the Kumo cloud, trend line, and price, and we got bullish weekly trend momentum. I said it wants to go. The next target is going to be, drum roll, please. Are you ready? 8,500. I think 8,500 is the next target that we are looking for. 8,500 to 9,000 is your range. All right, 9,000 is probably going to be a very tough resistance. All right, that could be the place where you see a significant pullback correction to test support. All right, so we want to see the trend line support begin to arc upward. That will be a great sign. As long as it is flat like this and not giving us that lift off, we run the jeopardy of running out of gas between the 8,000 8,500 mark. All right, this is a key one to get above, because 9,000 is a hard resistance. All right, mark my words, it is a tough, hard resistance. There is a very high degree chance, right now it's a 100% chance, that if we reach that 9,000 level or get near it, the market will pull back sharp. Like, I can't do it. This is too high for me. My nose is beginning to bleed. I can't handle it. All right, so this is a red alert. This is a red alert on the BTC. We're doing good so far, but 8,000 to 8,500 is our next target. However, if we get above that, the 9,000 handle is going to be very, very, very difficult. I want to prepare your hearts and minds in advance. All right. Right now we're bullish. Everything's all systems go. It looks sweet. It looks dope. But we got to see how we handle the 8,000 to 8,500 range. All right, we got to see how we handle, because it could start to get a little extended around that mark. All right, we're starting to get lofty. I just have to prepare you for that. We're starting to get lofty. It's too early to start saying, oh, we're going to 10,000. Too early, too early, too early, too early, too early. Take it one day at a time, all right? So that's my Bitcoin analysis. But at the end of the day, I'm always going to tell you, don't go by what I'm saying. Go by the report. Follow the system, and you will do just fine. The system is smarter than me. The system is way smarter than me. All right, because I can't think like that. I can't think that fast. I can't think and consider all those parameters and all those situations because there's always going to be something that I forget or overlook. All right, because I'm human. That's why I designed it so that I wouldn't have to remember all that stuff. And I wouldn't have to look at all these things. You know what I'm saying? The system can think for me. I took my brain, my experience, and I put it in the system so that it will do all the thinking for me. That's why I don't second guess it. Because whenever I do that, the system's like, oh, see, the reason why I told you this, because you forgot back in 1995. Remember when this happened and this and this? Yeah, I knew you forgot. That's why. Don't worry about the play. I got you. That's why I'm a system, and you designed me because you know that over time you can forget things. There's too many variables to go by. And that's why people suffer from analysis paralysis. They'll look at 55 different charts just to trade one thing. You want to get long sugar, and you looking at 500 charts about everything that has to do with that and nothing to do with it at all. And now at the end of the day, you're like, okay, I finished my analysis, but now I don't know what to do. All right. So that's why you got a system to think for you. All right. I saw you, my man. I saw you. Give me a second. I see you. Just give me a second. I saw you. You want to know what's going on with that V chain? I know you do. I know you do. Just give me a second. That one's not really ready yet on the USD side, but I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. Here you go. All right. So you got this bullish pointer. Market attracts right to it. Now it's inside the Kumo cloud, wondering what is it going to do. You got a bullish weekly trend momentum reading, and you got flat momentum and a ticking time bomb. What is the market going to do? Who even knows at this point? That's where you are at with this one. All right, so check it out. All right, let's see. Moving on. All right. Let me see. Yeah, I'm still working on the chain link for the USD, and it's possible we could have that up here shortly. All right, you could be seeing that on the USD report shortly. All right, just saying. Just want to prepare you for that. All right, setting your expectations. All right, so where are we now? Okay, British pound. You got the bearish weekly trend momentum. You're kind of flat on the momentum. You're having a hard time with this overhead resistance coming off of this primary crash alert. Now the market just trying to decide what it wants to do. It's above the Kumo cloud. Does it have enough to break through, or is it about to roll over? Your momentum has been all over the place. This one is follow the system. I have no wisdom for you just based off the chart. Okay, now here is our cousin to GBTC. The ticker is ETHE. It is the Ethereum counterpart of the Bitcoin counterpart. All right, so you got your Ethereum ETF, which is just like the GBTC on the Bitcoin crypto side. All right. Now, this one is finally made it into the Kumo cloud, and you're above the trend line support, and you got bullish weekly trend momentum, and you're in the bull market. This one is looking like all systems go. All right, this one's looking bullish. I think it's going to pop through this cloud, go north the cloud, and at some point, we're going to deal with this bullish pointer made back here on February the 24th of 2020. So the Ethereum is looking mad bullish right now. Just so you know, I like it on the bull side, on the long side of the law. All right, and then here's your Ethereum. Looking in the cash market, you see it's also in the wide Kumo cloud. Your Kumo cloud extends from like 225 all the way down to like 155. All right, you got like a $60 thing here going. Man, that's a wide cloud. So, but you know the rules. As long as you're in this cloud, you're consolidated, buddy. So this thing is bullish. It's in a bull market, bullish weekly trend momentum. It's bullish, but I gotta call it sideways to slightly higher prices over the next 3 to 5 days. All right, here's your Canadian dollar, same type of a thing. You're sideways, going nowhere right now. Yeah, you're in a bull market, but the market doesn't know what it wants to do. It is paused for the moment. All right, taking a look here at your Australian dollar. We got a secondary rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading on the Aussie. Looks like the Australian dollar is benefiting from the bullish makeup of gold because gold's been trying to break out. It's looking like the Aussie is benefiting from that. So this one's bullish, even though we still don't have a real trend yet. Looking at silver futures, you're bullish the Kumo cloud, but you're bearish the trend line support, which is acting as overhead resistance in a powerful way. Every time the market gets up to it, it backs off. So this one is still not ready. It's not ready. It's just not ready. All right, taking a look here at your gold futures. We just talked about this with the miners, and we talked about it with the Aussie. We got a primary crash alert, and it's looking like we could get a little bit of production out of that for tonight into tomorrow's trading. So just be on the lookout for that coming off of this primary crash alert. And I think we're going to get some production out of that on the gold in the short term. All right, looking at the US dollar index, bullish weekly trend momentum. Market's trying to do a little something. Bullish the trend line support, bullish the Kumo cloud, but we have no trend. Sideways action, so sideways to slightly higher prices over the next 3 to 5 days is the call there. Taking a look at the Dow futures, which is in a confirmed bear market, and we are bearish the Kumo cloud, and we're slightly bullish the trend line resistance. It should be noted the last time we got up here, we gave it up, and this is looking like a wash, rinse, repeat. This is your wash, this is your rinse, this is your repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. So I do believe that we could be topping out in this Dow. This trend overhead trend line resistance is proven to be a problem for the Dow. So I might have to go ahead and take profit in my Russell in the overnight. I don't know. I don't like the way that chart is looking at me. All right, here's my Russell futures right now in the Kumo cloud. No, say it ain't so. Yeah, we're in the Kumo cloud. We got some bullish momentum behind it, and you got the beginning stages of a possible bullish weekly trend momentum. The last reading failed, and the market just couldn't do it. So second time was a charm, right? First time getting up here to this trend line in a very, very long time. Can it push through? This is a rather tight cloud. It shouldn't take much to get out of this Kumo cloud and continue the push higher. But the problem is that your trend line resistance is inside of the Kumo cloud. I'm saying this one is looking like it may be topping out. I might have to get ready to take some profit and possibly get ready to this could be setting up for a short here too. Overhead resistance is proving to be a problem. All right, it's proven to be a problem. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like how my Russell is looking right now. Come on, Russell. You paid me on the long side, but now it may be time to pull the plug. I might have to be sidelined until Wednesday. I don't like it, but what can I do about it if this is what the system is saying? So I don't know. I got my stops in. We'll see what's up, but I don't know. On one hand, I'm thinking I might want to go ahead and take some money off the table. Then on the other hand, I'm like, go ahead and let it ride. Then on the other hand, I'm like, I could pop my way through it. But then it's like, on the other hand, do I really want to? Do I want to stay with it? Do I even care? Do I even like it like this right now? Do it, or me and the chart, are we beefing because the chart ain't giving it up the way I wanted it to give it up? And it's just playing with me right now. I'm looking at popping my way through it right now as I'm talking to y'all. I'm thinking about popping. But even popping right now, I don't even like that idea because it's looking like it could pull back and get me. I think it'll pull back and get me and then take off. I'll wake up tomorrow morning with the Russell up 45 points, and then I'll be mad. And I don't want to be mad. I don't want to be mad. I could move my stop to at least break even, right? But the problem with that and my thinking is, even if I do that, and let's say it still pulls back and stops me out, then I'll be like, I didn't make no money. I gave up all that profit. But then you'll say, wait, but you didn't lose no money. But I don't care. I don't want to break even. I don't trade to break even. I trade to make profit, people. So I don't know. I don't like what I'm seeing. I just don't like it. I don't like it. So I'll probably pop. I'll probably pop. I'm probably gonna pop because I don't like it. And normally, you guys, just to let y'all know how I get down, I normally don't even pop unless we're like really super trending market, like it's just moving, and I gotta keep moving my stop. That's the only time I really pop is when the markets are trending, like boom, a new high every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pop that. But in a situation like this, where it could go either way, I don't pop this. No, I make my mind up. I say either I'm gonna take profit or I ain't. And 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna let you know I'm taking my profit. I'll just pull the trigger and just get the heck out of the way and say whatever. That's just how I do it, you guys. Just so you know, I normally do not pop unless the market is in a straight up trend, like we're in a bull market and we're trending, like hitting new highs every day, every week. Then I will go ahead, I'll pop, I'll get in, pop, take profit, get in, prop, take profit, get in, pop, take profit. But when you are sidewinder like this, it's moving funny, it's slithering, it's moving right and left, back and forth, like it want to bite you in the ankle when you're not looking. Nah, I say let me give me my money. Give me my money. And then I bounce. And then I don't think about it. Because what do I teach you guys? You will never go broke taking profits. Okay. So yeah, man, you gotta do it. All right. So, and I know some of you probably thinking, well, why don't you just, if you don't want to do the futures, why don't you just get in the 3X ETF? Right? Getting that SRTY, or the YURTY, the URTY. Why don't you just, well, I'll tell you why I don't do that. Those are designed for intraday trading. Yeah, you can hold them overnight for a day or two at max, but they don't have the liquidity I'm looking for. Let me explain to you about when I say liquidity. When I say liquidity, I mean that if I get out of the bed in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, if I happen to stumble over my laptop and look at the market and it looks like things are not going the way I expected, I will pull the plug on my way back to the bed. Okay, I'm out. Take profit. Bye. See you in the morning market. I'm out of here. I can't do that with an ETF. All right. They have extended hours and stuff, but if it's at a time that it's not open and I could be taking a bath in the market, I don't like that. I don't like having my hands tied. I only do the equities when I know that I can manage my risk and I'm not going to get hurt with these wild, ridiculous swings. The 3X ETFs are a great vehicle if you're going to get out at the end of the day. But if you hold overnight, they are prone to some monster swings. And it's a 50-50 crapshoot. It could be in your favor or it could be against you. If it's against you, you're vomiting, you're having diarrhea, you're having convulsions, you're curled up in the fetal position, you refuse to get out of the bed in the morning. You know, those are the side effects of getting your face ripped off in the market when you're trading an instrument that is mad volatile and it's angry at you. The market is only messing with you today. That's why I like the futures. Because at least with the futures market, if I get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and I look over at the screen and I'm like, oh, look at the market being a jerk to me. I thought we was peeps. I thought we was fam. But no, market, you gonna pull one of these moves on me? You're gonna wait until I'm in the bed sleeping, and then you're gonna try to creep and rip my face off? Really? It's like that? That's when I said, okay, fine. I ain't gonna let you hit my stop. I'm getting out of the market now. Click, and I'm out of the market. That's how I get down. I don't play that. Homie, don't play that. But you can't do that with stocks. Nope. You gotta wait until that extended hours kicks in, which normally is like 7 in the morning Eastern time, something like that, 7:30, 8 o'clock, whatever the time is. Some of them I think is like 4 at night, whatever the hour is. But with forex, futures, and crypto, I don't care what time it is. I can get in there and say I'm out, or I can say I would like to get in the market. I can do whatever I want. Equities, your hands are tied behind your back. That's usually why I don't like the 3X ETFs. I'd rather trade just a straight SPY, QQQ, you know what I'm saying? Or the inverse on that, like the QID or the SDS. You know, I'll do those like in a heartbeat because it don't have that built-in leverage, and I can manage my my leverage. I can just trade more shares. If I want leverage, I just trade more shares. And it's a lot easier to do. And I like those markets because they trend better with the underlying security without all that whipsaw foolishness. Yeah, they're prone to gaps, but they don't whipsaw. Those 3X ETFs will whipsaw you to death if you're not careful. That's all I'm saying. Yes, I trade them. And I have traded them in the past. And at some point, I'll probably use them in the future. But if I have a better alternative, I'm going to take it. You see what I'm saying? Like if I can get the SPY and get the leverage I'm looking for without having to expose myself to wild swings, you know, like that, like that 3X ETF, then I'm gonna avoid that. I'm gonna avoid like the plague. I'm just saying that's just what I do. You don't have to do what I do, but that's just what I do. That helps me out. So just giving you a little bit of my thinking, what goes into my thinking when I take these positions on. All right, so that's enough for the Russell. Hopefully it won't let me down. All right, here is crude oil futures. It's in a bear market. You see the big fat grizzly bear going, rawr. Okay, it's in a bear market. It's not playing games. It is what it is. You see the market coming back down. What did I tell you about this, about pointers? This is a bearish pointer. Where do you see prices headed? Toward that bearish pointer. We are looking, all things being equal, we're looking at $5 in the face. We're looking at $5 oil in the face. We should be paying like 25 cents a gallon at the pump right now, but we're not because they don't care about us. But this is what this is saying. This is what this is, y'all. All right, this is crazy. All right, this is like straight crazy right here. That's the only thing about futures contracts is that they expire and stuff like that. But can you imagine if this was more like a forex and it didn't expire? Dude, you could get in here right now. You could, man, you could just buy, you could just like, you could buy heavy once it hits $5 and be like, I'll sit on it. And when this thing gets back up to $40, $50 a barrel, you be looking like, man, I'm changing my last name to Rockefeller. Forget that. I'm balling over here. But nope, the market ain't gonna let you do that. They ain't gonna make it that easy for you. They still got restrictions in. You can't trade front month June or July in the crude oil futures, whatever. And you're not getting any production out of OIH. You can hang that up. They're not giving you Nathan. It's not moving. USO, we don't even know if it's going to be here in another week. UCO, moving the wrong way. They reverse split it and it's still falling apart. You was down $4.11 today. You at the $12 handle. You hit $11 handle earlier. You know, OIH is the only one that's expensive right now, but it ain't acting right. You had a $7 fall from the high to the low of the session in the OIH. You fell $7. $7. Ouch. Can somebody say, ow? Ow, stop it. You're hurting me. That's what was happening in the OIH. All right, moving right along. What else we got? We got the NASDAQ 100. All right, this is the futures contract. It's not stopping. It doesn't want to stop. It is powerful. It is bullish. Your trend line is out of the Kumo cloud and arcing upward, which is what you want to see. This one is not stopping. Still got some resistance around this, like 8,900 level. It's a big resistance. Can the market push above it? I'd like to see it. That would be something else. I have no exposure in it, but that will still be something else. I don't know. We'll watch it. Some people are saying that the NASDAQ is about to roll over because of the earnings this week. I don't know. That may not be so. Sometimes the market has been known to shake off bad news and rally on it. All right, secondary rally alert for the E-mini S&P 500 for tonight into tomorrow's trading and the beginning possible stages of a bullish weekly trend momentum, but you're still in that bearish configuration. You still have a ticking time bomb, meaning that you're not trending. You're moving sideways. Can we get some action in the ES? And that's it. Finally, we've come to the end. That's a lot of charts. We just went over mad charts. Mad charts. I gave y'all everything that I got. We went over 30 charts just now. What other YouTube channel is going to give it up to you like that and let you take them through 30 charts? 30, not 10, not 20, but 30 charts. We only do that because we love you, man. That's why we do what we do. Because I'm only as successful as you are. So that's why I do what I do. It's a labor of love. All right. I'm only successful as much as you guys are successful. All right. So with that being said, come on over to PulseWaveTrading.com. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to do. Yeah, there is a huge chance that oil can go negative again. They've already shown us that they can do whatever they want and make up a story, and people will listen to it and believe it. I'm calling bunk on the story that they gave, reason why it went negative. Oh, we don't have nowhere to put the oil. It's too much. That's nonsense. They manipulated the market. They control the market like they always do. This is not the first time that they have pimped the crude oil market and use it as a political football. All right. They do what they do with these markets. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All right. The markets are managed not manipulated. Manipulation is saying that you're doing something nefarious. It's not nefarious. They're letting you know they control the markets. All right, the markets are managed, and you need to understand that. And in this case, they managed to take it negative, and they managed to come up with a backstory to explain it, and they managed to get a lot of analysts and very smart people to get on board with it and to parrot it because they believe it and it makes sense. But it's not the truth. They did what they did with those prices because they want to stick it to their competition. They want to stick it to OPEC and stick it to Russia and stick it to China and stick it to Iran and stick it to Venezuela and stick it to everybody. That's how they roll. You need to understand that. All right. So these are how they get down in these markets. The markets are controlled, not manipulated. All right. Manipulation suggests something totally different. This is not manipulation, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolute control. Markets are managed and controlled, and you need to understand that. That is not necessarily a bad thing. All right. If you have the PulseWave trigger price reports, then you get to benefit from their management or lack thereof. You get to benefit from their control or lack thereof. All right. Don't let people tell you that you can't do something and blame somebody else as the reason why you can't do something. I'm letting you know you can do something because we do it every day at PulseWaveTrading.com. We demonstrate it to you every day that you can trade these markets consistently, profitably. All right. If I can do it, and I am the chief knucklehead of all knuckleheads, there is no reason why you can't do it. And you people are smarter than me, way smarter than me. So if I can do it, you can definitely do it. All you got to do is follow a few simple rules. All right, learn how to read a report. And I'm sure you guys know how to read reports. All right, because they get you young. You learn how to read your report card. That's the first report you learn how to read is your report card. Well, guess what? The market has a report card too, and it comes out every day. It's called the PulseWave Price Trigger Reports. All you need to do is learn how to read the report and get in there and make that money. And with that being said, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. Peace.